Hello, we are back to playing the Doom Core Trilogy, and currently we are on MAP27, which is called Walkway. So I remember this map was another one of those maps that used the sky transfer option, and it used to be that you would use the sky from Eternal Doom, that dark sky, and so it's actually not that far removed from how I envisioned it. And this map concept actually was pretty simple. It was an early map I made, I think around early 2010. So even though it's a little bit simplistic in some areas, I do kind of like some of the ideas that went into this one, as well as the general concept. And of course, with all these open areas here, this was the map that was actually hard to convert to vanilla, because obviously all those open areas would just kind of eat up all the vis planes. But yeah, this actually is another one of those maps that, similar to MAP17, it actually has at least a few different versions. Because I did make one that was vanilla friendly in at least one instance, and then I did another one that was hopefully a little bit more faithful. But this one in the Trilogy release, because there's no need for any kind of limits, this is how I would originally imagine this map would be. So, simple little secret. So yeah, this would be maybe the definitive version, I guess you could say. Which is kind of silly. But yeah, it is what it is. I do really like the contrast with the dark areas and the lights. Like you'll have those torches there and some of the teleports. And of course other little areas. It's a secret right there. But yeah, I think this one takes you to this area as well, so it's an easier way to get that secret. And because we already walked across those falling platforms, we can just go to this silver platform. So we cut across all the platforms. Trying to play this carefully since the chain gunner. Okay, so you got in a fight with a Hell Knight. I do like this little winding path here. I think it probably was inspired from Doom 2. I don't know what map specifically, but it does kind of remind me a little bit. But yeah, and there's at least a couple of secrets here between a soul sphere. I'm actually going to hold off maybe, just for now. Just till I go out here, since I'm going to risk going under fire. Chain gunners. Yep. And, well, I know there's trouble waiting for me in this room. Of course I got stopped up somehow. And once again another secret with that little face there for the plasma rifle. And maybe I'll wait a little bit more for that soul sphere. We'll just join up with our little chain gunner family get together. Clear out these guys. Yeah, hit scanners. This was another area that was difficult to manage for the vanilla Doom 2. Or at least for the vanilla limits, I mean. I'm just kind of caught between focusing on dodging. Let's see if we can do this. Oi. Took a dive there a little bit. That's good. Yeah, I don't mind having a map like this that's just totally linear. I feel like this is kind of how I prefer it when it comes to megawads, that kind of mix things up. So let's see. Oh, that's right. I felt like there was at least some other thing I needed to do. So I guess I cleared out those chain gunners. Those candles mark out the secret here to grab the mega armor. Almost said megasphere. It's just the mega armor though. And of course you want to make sure you clear out the chain gunners before you go there. I probably should go back though and grab the soul sphere that I left there. Just so we get all the secrets, and because of course it's good to have. So yeah, I had to close up a lot of these walls here, so it wasn't very good looking for the other vanilla version I had. But then I fixed it up later and made another vanilla map, or vanilla edition of this map anyway, where it was much more open. But I also had to manage just how open that could be. Okay, try not to mess this up. It's really odd here because I was pretty sure this was a crusher. This thing in the ceiling, you see? With the metal texture. This was a crusher here, that if you walked over here it would actually come down. But I guess maybe I changed it for this version. Once again, I get really mixed up. Really dangerous out here. A lot of hit scanners. Specifically, actually, way out there. It's kind of the downside. Whoops, that was really bad. It could have been really bad, anyway. Oh, yeah, I'm just gonna have to run out somewhere. This would be a downside for me, is this little part. There's gotta be more. But once again, I do like how there's the difference of light. It's kind of like a stadium with all those floating lights. So of course there's one more as soon as I go away. And for this area, you just have to stand on these 3 little platforms here. Of course, I already walked on that one, so this one's going to open up for all the monsters. I'm just going to walk forward and trigger the staircase. Actually, I won't do this. Clean up. Just clean up all these monsters. Pretty sure there's at least one of these dudes over here. Only downside though is, even though it's kind of nice, kind of subverting the action of the enemies, they're going to be waiting up top, and that can get a little bit messy. No, I don't want to use that. Oops. So, how do I manage it? Without falling, of course. Oh, there's more cells. Whoops. Of course, right when I'm trying to come up here. Of course, there's another one. Perfect. Pretty sure that rocket landed. Don't want to grab that. Now here's where I really want to be careful. I played this map previously, and he took me out in one hit, even though I had about 100, well actually, I think it was like around 91 armor and 100 health, and still didn't survive just even one hit. It just completely decimated me. Okay, what the heck? Okay, it must have been it. Okay, yeah. Oh, okay, I see. Thought maybe that was one of the teleporting monsters. Didn't think that made sense, because the teleport actually takes you where that former human was. It's actually down here. So this map, originally, this is where the exit would be for this map. But as I said, because I combined it with the old MAP28, I actually decided to make it an extension. Whoops. Yeah, this is, I just wanted to show this also takes you back if you need to go back. Oh, and of course I need to go back because there's one chain gunner left for no reason. Oh, heck. Oy. Anyway, it's good that we don't leave any monsters behind. But yeah, so this actually continues on to this area. So this would be the MAP28 that I used to replace this map originally. And now both of them are together in one slot. I did it so I could make room for the new idea I had for 29, because it's an old idea that I had for Doomcore originally, which I decided not to go with, mostly because I already used the rejected Plutonia Revisited map I had to fill that slot at the time. So I actually thought to replace the map altogether, but I actually just still really enjoy the map enough that I decided to take a different course of action and just kind of bump it down a slot, and then just make a new map. So this is slightly different in that I added some windows and other little openings to some of these areas. Really got to be careful here, because of course it's really open. Some hit scanners and other dudes wandering around, of course. Skeleton dudes. Yeah, I was really annoyed when I took that one hit from the cyber earlier in one of my other attempts. It's of course one of those cases where you have a really good commentary going on, and then it just gets totally chucked. Well, not totally, actually. I did actually decide to keep playing, but it just felt way too drawn out, so it's just kind of hard for me to sit through that, I guess. It's almost like I become impatient with myself. Don't really want the videos to turn out that long. Okay, I already went back there. So yeah, this simple map, this was the MAP28 that I made, this last little area. It was almost like a speed map, I say, because I can't remember exactly how long it took. I don't think it took very long, but it's possible it might have taken maybe 2 days. 'Cause I don't think I made it in one sitting. It was close though, so almost feels like an honorary speed map. So that area I was just in is one of the areas where I'll be fighting yet another cyber demon. It's the other little thing is, since I combined it with this map, that means we have to fight 3 cyber demons. Things get really tight over here. Little opening areas. But I do like all these ideas with like the opening doors and floors. Just be sure to check every corner. Out of here. Here's yet another little trap. I'm gonna go for a safety BFG. Not too bad, really. It's just for safety's sake. But yeah, and of course, don't want to forget to flip that switch. It's one of those things where if you're too caught up in a fight and shooting all the monsters and doing all that, you might forget to do the easy thing of flipping the switch right in front of you. Get it all turned up in it. Definitely seen some other mappers, or not mappers, Doom map players and people get lost in a map because they forget to flip the switch that was right in front of them. Just got too distracted fighting monsters. It happens to all of us though, honestly. We have a small cave section over here. It's not too bad. Not too much going on down here. Just going to grab a key and deal with just a few monsters here and there. There is at least one archvile. And a secret over here, actually, I could get, but I think I'll wait just a little bit. Oh. Yeah, want to deal with some of these guys. Of course, the archvile. Getting really bad shots here. Not too bad. Maybe I'll go for this in this room. Whoa. Almost got stuck on that corner. Could have been really bad. Okay, now I can get that. And yeah, there's one more secret. I'm pretty sure I know where it is. Going to be monsters over here. Oh, none of them died, huh? Seemed like I nearly fired the right amount. Close call. But now we go through here and get the key just tucked away over here. So we gotta be careful with the trees in this area. The cyber demon. Try and push him back. So the secret's actually going to be where I teleported in from this area, not here, but when I first entered over here. Should give us the BFG, which we already have, obviously. And that teleport takes you to the previous areas of this map, in case you do want to backtrack for any reason. Don't think there's too many monsters left. Of course there is trouble coming up though. Those two waterfalls here. You'll find out. It's holding 2 archvials, I'll just say it. Okay, so I wasn't very careful on one of my other previous attempts. Oh, a little bit of splash. I think I want to try and go for this. Ah, of course. And of course. Oi. Alright, well let's just jump right into this then. Oh. It was a bad move on my part. Thankfully it didn't end up really ugly. But finally we can wrap this up. I think that's, yeah, well, did get all the secrets. I gotta try and be careful when I turn this corner, because I know there's an archvile. Should be our last guy, I think. Yep, that's everything. And we're out of here. So yeah, not much else to say other than, well, it's interesting that it's one of those odd cases like MAP17 where I actually had at least a few different versions. But that's pretty much how the map was originally, outside of including the MAP28 as sort of the end sequence. Sort of like a last fortress. So it kind of makes the map feel a little bit more adventurous, I think. And I do really like how it is in this one too, where it doesn't have to be all closed up because of vanilla Doom 2. Much as I appreciate working under the limits, I do feel like this kind of stays true to the original idea of just starting out in the waters and working your way through each little segmented fortress and getting to the end. So yeah, that's pretty much it, and I'll see you guys in the next part. Take care.